Hi, everyone. This is Chris from Absolutely Killing It, your keeper. And I'm sure you're like, hey, what the heck, Chris? Where's the show been? Well, we had some scheduling challenges, some tech difficulties, and I also moved in May, and that caused some disruption. I'm also just kind of going through some changes and some challenging times this year, and I wasn't able to give my fullest to the show. Now, the plan was to go to Gen Con just this past weekend as I'm recording this to run Monster of the Week games, to promote our show to all the TTRPG fans there, and it turned out I could not afford to go. And I'll be honest with all of you listeners, that was really heartbreaking. I was very disappointed. I felt like I let a lot of people down, including the people who wanted to play this game with me, and also you listeners, and of course the cast and crew of this show. So I was, I wasn't feeling great, and I felt bad. But I am dedicated to the show, and I want to keep it going, which is why you're hearing this episode. We're recording again. We've got hashtag spoilers. We have Mystery 2 off and running. It's really great so far. You're going to hear that very soon. And my goal is to come back to Gen Con next year, next summer, and run Monster of the Week like I intended to this year. And if listeners here have other conventions they think that I might be able to go to, maybe we'll say in 2027, that I could run this Monster of the Week game and promote the show, please let us know at absolutely.killingitpodcast@gmail.com. Hopefully that's the right email. And enjoy this episode. More to come. Thank you, and I'm sorry. And I really love and appreciate all of you for listening to our little show. We have a lot of fun making it, and I'm really proud of the what we're creating. And it's just going to get even better. I'm really excited for what we have coming down the pipe here. Thanks for sticking with us, and enjoy.
It sounds like someone's getting fisted in there.
They will wait 50 minutes.
50?
They will wait 50. The enormous fisting noise from below, where you just came from.
Can you go wrangle whoever is there? I mean, do we have the board? Does the board need to be everybody? Can you be provisionally?
Gonna rip Panini apart. So Chandler, you're running out the back door?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chandler books out the back door, leaving you, Hal. You know, based on your vision, what Milo really wants.
You know, if that's what's in your heart, Panini, I tell you, if you found a way to expand the guild by one more person, I bet I could put in a good word with you with Rikki.
Who's Rikki? Not interested. I think I want your body now. And then you hear, the static. Shh. Harold, what's going on?
Who's there?
Oh, good.
This is for Rikki.
It's on my head. It's for me.
Council, I'm going to use magic to heal my friend. It's real magic.
Why don't we just go
Oh, yeah.
to the cemetery and exhume him?
Milo, a.k.a. Hal, goes, no. It's decayed and disgusting. No, if I'm being abducted into the Grifters Guild, into the Magic Palace, I want to look good.
So you're going with Hal?
What happened last time?
I believe I am possessed,
You are.
so I couldn't be expected to know.
What a great way to get out of using your notes.
I think my body is outside in the back parking lot.
It is correct.
Whatever.
Yes. Milo has possessed you. For what reason? I don't know. I do know, but that's me prompting.
Yeah, we're trying to get him inducted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully he shares this reason, but that's our reason, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that should make him happy. He should go to his grave and live a peaceful afterlife.
Right.
I'm outside.
You are?
I'm with the council.
Right.
And Chandler has healed me a little bit. So I'm not as close to death's door
Right.
as I was.
Right.
And my note's in there.
I'm tempted to remind you of at least one thing, Rikki. You are wearing a Halo-style, copyright, unintended, Halo-style helmet. So
now I
guys,
don't have it.
Well, you can take it off, but then visually that's what we see is Rikki wearing this helmet, this warrior helmet.
If I had listened to the most recent episode, I would have known that.
Well, I didn't post it. I didn't post it. Well, yeah, that's not your fault.
I just admitted I'm even further behind than I intend to be. I'm a really good coworker. Okay, great.
Anything else you remember? Like, yeah, what are you doing? Do you remember exactly? Actually, I wrote down the blackout line. But what are you doing right now? Like, what is the plan when we resume time here?
Well, the details of the plan, I know I'm worried about if cake is required,
right?
To induct him into the guild, because cake was a part of one of my sensitive visitors, I believe.
It was.
As well as name tag and Panini himself, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what my notes say is Panini question marks, so maybe it's cake and sandwiches, but I'm just guessing it's the magician.
Yeah, because you had a dream sequence where you're the POV of a person receiving cake, wearing a name tag that says Milo. I am outside with the council minus the great Panini.
Panini does leave the palace with you, Hal/Milo. So Panini is conscious. So you have the full 5 council with all of you. You successfully were able to convince them because they gave you a deadline, Rikki, when they're going to scatter. And thankfully, this all kind of transpired before they all left. Also worth reminding you all, whatever you think this means, Chandler demonstrated his real magical powers in front of the full council. Now, it was for a cause to heal Rikki, but he did use magic. So there's that. Anything else?
At some point, I asked Chandler if like cake was necessary or something, but I don't remember if we got anywhere in that conversation. Yeah, just a reminder that I did ask you what the details of this process should be before I left my body.
Look, everything that you're all saying totally sounds familiar, but I have nothing to contribute. I failed to take notes on the last one, and my last note is what the end of the previous episode. But yeah, helmet, check, cake, check. I remember.
How about this? Because you're already almost doing it. How about I remind you of where... Well, this will be in the previous on. I may not even include this, but I'll remind you the last line, and then we'll just pick it up from there.
Great. First line, last line. Love that game.
Hal/Milo says someone asked him, why did Milo take over Hal's body? And Hal responded, I gotta look good. And Rikki's response was, so you're going with Hal? So.
Why is that not in my notes?
Gang. Party? Group? You're all outside the Magic Palace. Panini and Hal/Milo have emerged. It sounds like you all know what to do thanks to partially Hal's vision, Chandler reminding his personal ceremony being inducted into the Grifters Guild. You have everybody you need. You have Milo in Hal's body. There was some discussion about moving Milo, but you do need the 5 council members. That was already established that you need all of them. What do you want to do from here?
Get this thing off me.
Handy runs and grabs the helmet you just threw because that was his. So he grabs him and picks it up.
My gosh, it got foggy in there. So we doing this thing? We going? We following you? You gonna start walking to Milo, Hal? What's going on?
Hal says,
yeah, let's do this. If you're fine with me being in this body.
And Hal looks around.
Yeah, we accept you in any body.
Milo seems touched. So, unless any of you tell me otherwise, the council members, Hal/Milo, are going to head inside the palace. Are the either two of you doing anything as they make their way to the ceremony room? Or not?
I mean, can we go in?
Yep, they're allowing the two of you to join them if you would like to.
I mean, all right, let's just go right back in.
Yeah, let's go in. I want to go in. I want to see this.
I think Razor turns to the two of you and says, slight, I don't know if this is required or not, but it would be nice to have a name tag with Milo's name on it and some sort of pastry. Is there anything we can do to make that happen? He looks at the two of you.
There's a Winchell's on Sunset.
Yeah, because I don't have time to bake anything. It's going to take me too long to get home, get groceries. We got to get in there as soon as possible.
Yeah, I don't think we have time for a Winchell's. Even best case scenario, that's a 10-15 minute wait to get. They pull it out of the thing, they put it in a bag, and then you got to get back over here.
Yeah, and who knows if that'll even be, considered a pastry.
Right. It's debatable.
I mean, I can draw up a pretty good name tag. You got paper, tape, marker?
Sure.
I can draw a pastry.
We'll do with what we have.
I'm just surprised for an establishment like this, they wouldn't just have a pastry on hand for any birthdays that happen. Do they not celebrate birthdays here?
Yeah, is there not one pastry on the premises? I mean, I should know this. I've been backstage.
Well, as you recall, this is for the Eagle Eye listeners. You do know there is the kitchen area where you saw your friend who got the roast beef leftover sandwich. You know where the kitchen is. Do you want to raid that, Chandler and or Rikki?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. Let's do it. Nothing to heal my wounds like anything.
Great. So the two of you make your way to the kitchen area. Hal/Milo are going to make their way into that secret door that goes behind, the main dining area. So they're going to make their way there. They're going to leave it open for the two of you. As you may recall, there's no one else inside.
God, I just want to pour myself a drink.
You have time for a shot.
All right. How much is it?
Well, we're in the kitchen. No one's going to care.
Okay.
You just grab whatever they have. No one's keeping track.
Okay.
Pretty sure there's no cameras in here.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I paid for a whole bottle with those sale prices. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
You're going to take a shot?
Yes, I'm going to call out, thank you for this gift for my birthday.
Rikki, if you could roll me act under pressure to see if you get a little buzzed for this ceremony. Rikki, you rolled a 5, which is a failure. Even if Chandler could help you, that would only get you to a 6, so that is a failure. Lore accurate. Rikki does seem to get drunk very quickly. You were sipping a shot a while back. You did this straight up. So you're feeling a little tipsy.
I'm impressed. I did good. What they got in that fridge?
There's some flan and celery sticks.
Ooh, give me one of those. Yeah,
all right.
Love
Open
texture.
your mouth.
Chandler, just to see if that flan is edible, roll me act under pressure as well. This will be a roll plus cool to see, can anyone eat this flan? How long has this flan been in here? And for those who are obsessed with this TTRPG, the act under pressure is really for the person who should have thrown it out months ago, or it was on time. So that really, Chandler's rolling on behalf of whoever brought this flan in originally. That's a failure, or that's a 6. So good news, bad news, Chandler. Successful flan. It is. No one should be eating this flan. But it'll serve the purpose that you needed to at the ceremony. But looking at it, this thing has discoloration on it. What do you do? What do you both do?
Well, I was just there was a celery stick midair heading toward Rikki's mouth, which is hopefully a gape.
Right.
It's a mouth.
Oh, great. Good. That's a good start.
So for the two of you, you have celery, bad flan, plenty of paper and pen to create a name tag. So I just want for the listeners to paint the picture. What are you bringing in for these two items for the ceremony? What do you of those options?
Who was it who requested the name tag and the pastry? Was that Razor?
Well, Chandler, that was what happened at your ceremony, and Razor said that's what happens at every ceremony. So you don't know if that is necessarily required for this, but that is what Hal saw.
Okay, look, Rikki, I'm grabbing these celery sticks, and I found some Cool Whip in the freezer, and I'm going to
hard like a brick.
Yeah, but I'll microwave it for 20 seconds to soften it up just enough so that I can fashion this celery and Cool Whip into what appears to be a pastry. Hopefully, if there's a cracker around here, I'll throw it on top and nobody will know the difference.
I didn't know
Unless
you
they
were
eat it.
so good with food.
Well, if we had had more of a chance, perhaps I would have made you breakfast once or twice.
So we should ignore the 7-tiered chocolate cake with cherries around the rim?
No, you can't ignore that. I just don't know if that might be for something else. If the thing is, if they have the 7-tiered cake, I think they have one every night in case there's a birthday. And, of course, if there's not a birthday or a wedding or whatever, a celebration of some kind, I'm pretty sure they just pick it up and just throw it down the garbage chute. But if there is a celebration that we don't know about and there's a slice missing from that cake, then who knows? Who knows what other horrible atrocities could follow? But you know what? Life's about taking the chances, so I take back everything I said. Let's cut a big slice out of the biggest tier.
No. Let's
see what happens.
No. You're standing up for yourself, and I like this. For you, we're gonna turn that flan upside down. You're gonna heat up that frozen whipped cream Cool Whip in the microwave, and you're gonna chop those celery pieces for decor, and I can't wait to see it, and I'm proud of you, my dear friend. Gosh, I'm hungry.
Hal. Milo. There is, so we described Hal that, you're the person that described it as Inside Out?
No, I think...
Or is that Rikki?
Yeah, Rikki. But, well, similar. I mean, what did I have here? I'm weightless like I was during my Michigan experience. And there's the whooshing, like, subdued, bassy wind sounds around me.
Mm-hmm. And much like we described before, it's like radio static. There's like a voice very faintly, like saying, "Hal, hear me?" Like it's like cutting in and out, but it sounds like someone saying, "Hal, can you hear me?" It's very faint in this sensory deprivation. And you can tell me, because we can decide now, do you have any sense, like looking through a submarine window, do you have any sense of what's going on through your eyes, but in this weird, like separate conscious,
like where my body
experience?
is going and stuff?
Yeah. Can you like see it like you're what's that movie with John Malkovich? 13th Floor? No. Yeah, is it like that where you can kind of see what's going on even though you have no control over what's happening? Or is it you just completely
I think it's like
to...
peripheral vision. Like
okay.
Stuff is really taking my focus in this kind of like weightless, vague recall. But it always feels like, if I turned that way, I could see what was happening in the outside world.
Hal, Milo, you're standing in the middle of this area. Rikki and Chandler, you're going to come in here and you're going to tell me what you present for this in a moment. But the two of you see the 5 members of the council in a circle around Hal on the ground. Chandler, it's been a very long time since you might have seen this, but there is like a circle with like runes and sigils. There's like a circle on the ground, and they're in the 5 points around it. Hal is in the middle. What do you present to them as the 2 pieces of the end of this ceremony, which is the name tag and the pastry? What do you give to the great queen?
We have this custom pastry that is pretty to look at.
What does it look like now?
It's got, it looks like a thick, creamy center. And fortunately, we found some saltines in the cabinet and laid a couple of those on top.
I'm going to need you all to clap a little bit. Please look at this beautiful job.
Clapping.
Thank you. It's got, it's sort of it's a mystery surprise pastry. And then we have the name tag that it was written by Rikki in very impressive 3-dimensional block font, reminiscent of 80s style mixtapes.
So Rikki, is this a sticker? Is this a 8x10 sheet of paper? What are you handing the green panini with the name? And what does the name say?
Oh, it is a very classy piece of paper. I found a blue washable marker. I traced, in classic fashion. I did rip the paper to about a 2x3, 3x2, depending on which way you hold it. Outlined the edge with blue, wrote "Hello, my name is" in maybe a size 8 font. But it is a bit chunky because it's a thick tip. And then I wrote as beautifully as I could, Milo, except I'm a lefty, so I did smear it across the paper. And then I went over Milo again with the marker just to really layer in the ink in the non-blurred part. Doing it a third time, I did smear it one more time across, but that's just what happens when you're a lefty. And then I found a piece of Scotch tape, and I'm going to be honest, I took too long of a piece when I ripped it off, so I made it into a loop by attaching the two ends, but then because it was so thick, I did have to fold that in half because it was too, I felt really bad for you. You know when you over pull and it actually just goes and you've got too much to use. So I put it in half, and then I tucked the edges in a little bit so that it would stay behind the 2x3 or 3x2, depending on which way you're holding it, and stuck it to the back. And my fingertips, my left hand more than my right, are covered in blue ink, and I would like to put this onto Hal's chest, and trying not to get any blue ink from my warm, sweaty fingertips onto Hal's vintage shirt, because I don't remember the last time Hal bought new clothes, but I know that they're really lovely hand-washed.
Megan, quick question. Was that spoken to us players, or is that what Rikki said out loud in the room?
That's what I said out loud in the room.
Okay, great.
So
everyone,
if you all could just golf clap for me, that I worked really hard on
some
this.
more golf
Thank
claps.
you.
So on Hal is this name tag, questionable smelling dessert. Panini takes the floor. He says, and Chandler, you might remember this. He says, "The Grifters Guild believes in the sanctity of the art of the illusion.
I remember.
Real magic."
Yeah.
Panini looks at you.
Yeah, I remember this. I'm sorry. Go on.
Grifters Guild believes in the sanctity of the art of the illusion. Everyone looks at Chandler. The Grifters Guild believes in the sanctity of the art of the illusion. Real magic is for cheaters. These are the 5 rules of the Grifters Guild. Number 1, no tricks for tips, especially on Hollywood and Highland. Everyone kind of grumbles. Number 2, do not steal from another magician. Number 3, no non-members inside our secret passages in our cool clubhouse. Number 4, no revealing your own magic secrets. And number 5, most definitely, never, ever, ever perform real magic, either seen or unseen, witnessed or unwitnessed. Not only does it fly in the face of our craft, but it holds powers we do not understand.
Oof.
Milo, Panini says to Hal, do you promise to uphold these values, virtues, and vibes, and understand breaking any rules means automatic elimination from the guild and the palace? Milo says,
I do.
Panini says, let's have cake. Hal, in that moment, you feel like a rack focus, right? You feel like you feel your consciousness coming forward, and all of you see emerging from Hal's body is that silhouette you've seen, but it's a little more filled in. There's a little more form and definition as you see a smiling, spectral figure float out, genuinely happy. Just smiling and then fading in the room.
Dad.
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure. The spirit part looked like Milo, though. Right?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I thought you were asking if you're saying Milo was your dad, because I didn't. He's not. Right?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't
didn't
look
think
anything
so.
like my dad.
Okay. I didn't think he was. That's why I was a little confused.
I thought I was hearing my dad. Was my dad out here too?
I didn't see him, so I don't think so.
What does your dad look like?
What does he look like?
Chandler, Panini says, and all the counts are looking at you, Chandler. Obviously, tonight was unexpected. You did perform magic in front of all of us. And he looks at all three of you. What do you think we should do about that?
What I think you should do is reevaluate your values when it comes to real magic, because the only reason you have these restrictions is because you're jealous of the people who can do the real thing.
You could just re-induct him.
Yeah, re-induct me.
Milo obviously had done some kind of hooky booky before his induction tonight, so it seems like clean slate deal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna die.
What is hooky booky?
You know, hooky booky, a sleight of mind, the occult and its weighty provisions.
I think you can all leave. Panini says. Anything else? It looks like they're going to escort three of you out. Is there anything else you want to do as you head out?
I'm gonna, in a pouty way, I'm gonna swipe the pastry and take a big bite.
I'm going to take photos inside, even though that's against the rules, because I don't know if I'm going to be asked back.
I was gonna ask for a bathroom selfie.
Yeah, good. You should do it. Cause,
No, you're gonna do it. I can't do that.
yeah, but it'll be of me, not you. I can't.
Huh? My selfie is
No,
gonna
my
be
selfie
you?
is me.
Hot cream?
What's warm? It's not. I mean, it was just defrosted, I think, is a more
This is
accurate.
horrible. Everything about this place, from dinner to dessert, has been wretched. So I'm glad to be leaving.
By the way, who has the leftovers and where did you stash them? Do you remember, Chandler?
No.
We'll say it's at the front desk. As you emerge from the front, Stu is there. Multiple police, fire trucks, ambulances all up front. There's lights everywhere. Hal, you get your keys to Clyde. Boy, it's been so long since I said Clyde. Your bike is given. Keys are given to you.
Oh, I gotta grab my phone. Anybody else have their phone charging?
Oh, I grabbed it for you.
That's
You
right.
grabbed my phone?
Yeah, here it is.
What's it at?
I don't look as a rule.
Gosh, 28? That's it?
We have to roll, Rikki. We have the move. We have the move. We're going to use the move, which I edited to your sheet. Plugged in. Roll me 2d6 plus 3, if you could, please. You can roll sharp and we'll add 1 to that score.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna use plugged in.
+1?
Yeah, so 2d sharp
Sharp?
plus 1. So
Okay.
you can roll sharp and we'll add 1.
Okay. Oh, I did. I added 1.
Your phone is fully charged on it. You rolled a 15. I don't even know how you rolled it. You rolled perfect. So your phone is fully charged, and on a 15, I'm gonna give you, Rikki. It did the automatic update because you hadn't used it in so long. It kind of did the update where it shut down, gave you the new iOS. So you're good. You're good to go.
Is this my phone? Are you sure? I guess that's me as my phone background. Okay, thank you.
On your way out, Stu says to you, Rikki. He does this. He points at his ear.
Q-tips.
He points at his ear again and points at you.
Okay, I can come up with some sweet nothings. What do you want me to say?
No, that thing. He points
What?
at his ear. He points at you.
Do I have something on my ear?
You know.
What's on my ear? Oh,
Yeah.
you get it. You get it. You get it. And I get really close.
Stu walks up to you and pulls out the ear funnel that's been in your ear the whole night, and takes it out of your ear.
Oh my goodness! Oh, it hurts! It's so loud, I can't stop! Oh, it hurts! No! That was comfortable after a while. You know what? Can you put that right back in?
Stu puts it back in your ear.
Oh, it hurt! That hurts so much! Thank you
Stu
so
takes
much.
it back out.
Oh!
Okay. No, Stu leaves it. Stu will do what you want him to do, Rikki. Do you want him to leave the ear funnel in or not?
Take it out.
He takes it out.
Thank you. Slip it in my
Okay.
pocket.
Sounds like third time's the charm.
Just it was a lot in the beginning, and then I got used to it.
So can you hear me like really easily now?
Yeah, it doesn't mean you should.
Hi, everyone. This is Chris, your keeper. I'm here with Mac and our three players. We want to just do a quick, I'm not sure I want to call it a debrief, but I want to just talk with everybody here about this mystery, maybe questions that I can answer that I don't think will affect the future of our narrative here. Anything you all have for Mac and or I, or we might have questions for the three of you. I just want to give people a little BTS, as Mitchell said, on the show and the mystery itself. So I don't have set questions here. By the way, folks can email me absolutely@podcast@gmail.com for future talkbacks. Who has questions or things for anyone? The floor is open. If not, I'll think of one.
Well, is this
So this is live for our listeners. This is
we're
chat.
live on YouTube right now.
Are they?
Yeah, I have a chat going right now.
Are they calling in? Are they calling in with questions?
You're on the air. Line 1, go ahead.
Yeah.
Please turn down your radio. That's a reference that some people may not get.
Yeah.
is this separate from like the standard questions of like, did you solve the mystery?
After mystery experience, you're right. This is separate from that. That is separate from that. Which, thank you for reminding me, I want to do before we do our interlude.
Yeah, because I need to gain some XP.
Yeah, you got to get some XP. Thank you for reminding me of that. Don't yell at me, internet, because I did forget that part of it. It's very important. But this is just in general, like, BTS, like if we have questions for you players, and then if you have questions for us about the mystery, things you don't think you figured out, or... Mm-hmm. There's one thing, I don't know if I should reveal or not. I'll think about that, about the palace itself. But yeah, anything you have, or for each other, I don't know, or things you thought were cool, I don't know.
I mean, it was very cool to hear some sort of secret message during my possession. So now I got to figure out other ways of entering that space, getting possessed. I don't know if such things actually happen.
Of course. I'm sorry for listeners, you won't be able to see this, but I want to show the three players what Mac and I have been able to look at. This is a map that I made of the Magic Palace. Maybe if people really want to see it, I can maybe find a way to share it on some sort of social media. But I laid out the layout of the Magic Palace so that Mac and I keep track where you are in the palace, what's going on.
Chris, the switchboards are lighting up. The people do want to see the map somehow. So if you can blast that out on social,
I will blast that out. Absolutely.
I didn't know there was a toilet there.
There is only when you say the magic word. Sorry, go on.
I will reveal one bit, which may have, I think one of you, when I was re-listening to previous episodes, I think Stu told Hal this. Essentially, a car hit the front of the Magic Palace front door. And this is not a secret anymore. Milo had taken possession of someone to barricade that front door close because he was, going through feelings. So that was what that whole situation was. That's why there's a little car icon.
He was even willing to kill bystanders at that point.
Yeah. He's a little upset. Yeah.
Re-listening, I also remembered, like, I think you teleported Rikki at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard it sounded like you were talking about doing it again, but I was like, wait, when was the first time? Was the first time when she went into the room with Panini?
Yes.
Okay.
There's 2 times, I believe, listeners, eagle-eyed listeners, eagle-ear listeners will know. I think Rikki is the only person that happened to 2 times. And I don't think it happened to the other 2 of you. Mac, how do you feel? Should I reveal that little thing, or maybe, I don't know? Because it might go back to the Magic Palace.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to reveal, and I wouldn't mind if the hunters have that little added
Okay.
ammunition.
How about this? And if you think I need to reveal more, I will. But on a failed roll, so the Magic Palace has a move, and on a failed roll, I call it trap door. It transports you to somewhere else in the Magic Palace. So I don't have to use that move, but Rikki failed a few rolls, and she happened to be in danger in a couple of those situations, and so it transported her elsewhere in the Magic Palace when she failed a roll.
So does that imply that the palace is itself magic?
I think I have to plead. I have to zip my.
I
have to not comment on that any further.
You just put on so much chapstick.
For the eagle ear listeners, I used a zipper motion on my lips.
Do eagles have great hearing?
Do eagles have great hearing? Is what was just asked.
That is a great question, and I'm going to say yes.
Great.
I think I'm not wearing shoes. I don't think Rikki finished this campaign not wearing any shoes.
So this entire mystery, you've been shoeless?
I was trying to knock the gnome's hat, and I
That's right.
grabbed my shoes off my feet, and I
Well,
never put them back on.
You never got them. That's right. You need to say you get them, so they're sitting in the Magic Palace.
Mm-hmm. So I will have to go back.
I will say this as your keeper. There was a moment, and Mac, I don't know if I've shared this with you, but when Hal was downstairs with the monster and the two of you were upstairs dealing with the fire, I was like, and when the monster was bashing at the supports, I was preparing to deal with what happens if the Magic Palace does get burned down or destroyed. So I had kind of thought through what that would mean, because the room where the ceremony happens would no longer exist. So I thought through, like, okay, what does that mean if they're trying to get rid of? And I don't want to reveal all the ways you could have got rid of the Milo. That was the best and easiest, was to give him the ceremony. But I really thought, I don't know if they're going to stop this.
What contingencies did you have bouncing through your head, Chris, if the building did burn down?
Well, Chandler and Rikki Chandler, you would have recognized this. I don't think I'm speaking out of school when I say this to you. Kind of speaking on what Darius, the player, said. You recognized a protective magic circle where the ceremony is held. And so someone would have had to redraw a makeshift induction ceremony circle, which would have played into, does Chandler do it knowing that's a risk? Does Panini do it knowing that maybe he jeopardizes his role in the Magic Palace? But they would have had to negotiate that and
this place is magic as hell. Dungeons and filthy magicians.
I've never been to hell.
What's magic is all get out.
I have a couple questions for our hunters. We did a bunch of rehearsal, what do you call them? Missions, quests, mysteries? Mysteries.
Yeah.
We did a few rehearsal ones. And what was this like compared to the rehearsals?
It felt easier to move faster, which is hilarious now that we're talking about, I don't know, the 10th or 11th episode. But it felt significantly easier to take action and get to the next thing.
Yeah, I'm thankful for those rehearsals, because going from playing D&D, being able to roll up to a 20, and then now this is up to a 12, and knowing how many I needed to pass what was neutral, which is new for me, and then what's an automatic fail, even with help, having the idea of help, all of that stuff put together by this episode, by the end, that was a little bit more ironed out for me as a player to understand and move faster along with. Because as soon as I saw, it's a 9, okay, I've got some good feelings about this, versus a 9 playing D&D. It's like, oh no. So that kind of gameplay got ironed out a bit, which is so nice.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like it was overall a lot like the rehearsals, but in a good way. We hopefully hit the ground running because we discovered a lot of things in those rehearsals that we considered using or not using, and I think we used pretty much everything that we came up with, which was fun to just continue that.
I mean, there was no big magic.
No big magic yet, but we're working toward it. Yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a question for your characters. What, if anything, are you going to take forward into your next mystery? What's something you learned, noticed, improved upon? What's information that you have? What are you looking out for? What's in your back pocket now as you continue into mystery number 2, if anything?
I think I learned to not give so many fucks about what these yokels at the Magic Palace think about me and following the rules. And, I just gotta chill and just, take more chances and do what's right.
Actually, I guess I'm carrying forward a provisional grudge against the palace, but we were just asked to leave. You weren't like officially kicked out, were you? Okay.
No, and I mean, and if they'll take me back, I'll totally go back to kissing their asses. But for now, but if it turns out that I'm not welcome back, then fuck those guys, and I'm just gonna do what I want.
Wow, this is a new side of you. That's impressive.
It's my boy.
Okay.
That's my boy.
These are my boys.
Wait, do you like this side? Do you like that side, Rikki? Is this a side that you like? Do you like this side?
I mean, I was the one that first said it.
I think Hal's
did you say
into
it? All right. Well, thanks, Hal. I appreciate it. You know how I like those compliments.
I realized my boys had my back, and I'm so thankful. I realized that I have to eat and drink before going anywhere because price gouging is real. And only if my boys need to come back here and eat here again will I do it. But otherwise, I'm happy with going to the grocery store and picking up a pre-made salad, pre-made sandwich, anything, ahead of time. Because I'll tell you, I'm not made of money. While I have the cash, I am not made of it.
Just your parents?
Yes, which reminds me I need to call them and find out where they are.
As I previously mentioned, I'll be trying to figure out other ways to get into my subconscious or my liminal consciousness to get more transmissions.
One thing, Rikki, I realized, and re-listening to our back catalog, all available on your podcatcher of choice, I realized there was a session where you asked me about a weird move, and we talked about a different move, and it must have been off mic because we ended up using Trust Your Gut, which I think is so perfect for Rikki, and I actually feel bad we didn't think about it when we were talking about your character originally. It's just so perfect for the gumshoe, in my opinion. It's perfect. So I'm glad you and I landed on that because that gives you something to roll with weird, and is a cool. It's one of my favorite moves is the Trust Your Gut instinct move. So I'm glad we added that to your repertoire.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool things. I also need to build out having those 2 more people, I think, in my phone
Right.
to be able to call. Gary Olderman, my dear friend, love him so much, but I've got 2 more spots in my phone, so I'm looking forward to one.
It just got updated, so maybe there's more spots.
I need to meet more people.
And just to be clear, that move, the Naked City, contact types. So you get to, we're just slotting in those quote types. So you can have 5 people that fit into that type. So that broadens your repertoire. But you do have to pick a type. And you and I decided we'll kind of pick as we go.
Gary's got friends?
Well, and I don't want to review, and Megan, please correct me if we don't want this to be lore accurate, but we had talked that every person that Rikki knows is a different spelling of Gary Oldman. That does not have to be canon. But you and I had talked that it's spelled differently. But these are different. These are different people. But they're all Gary Oldman. Okay.
No, we're still doing that.
Okay. Because I
just have to put them in my phone.
Yeah, exactly. But you still have 2 slots left of those types.
Yeah.
To pick.
Yeah. No. Very exciting. I'm very excited to use just more of what a gumshoe can do in general. Yeah. Aside from that one, and really expanding on what Rikki can do. I'm excited for that. Also. And
actually, well, you and I could talk off mic, but we only have the one written down, so we can add. I have film and TV for you, but I think we may have picked a second one, so we can make sure that's accurate on your sheet. I was also worried when Rikki was facing the monster alone.
Yeah.
For those who know this game, I did pick, and I think a few of you picked up on it. It was the red cap.
I knew it.
And in Monster of the Week, it doesn't take many hits to knock you out. You have 7 harm. Mm-hmm. He has a talon attack and a sharp teeth attack. 3 or 4 of those, and you're dead.
Yeah, I kept rolling fails.
Yeah.
So my question is, if if I kept rolling 12s, or could I have defeated this monster on my own, or was it always a I don't know if this is giving anything away if this monster returns sometime in the future, but could I have potentially taken it out on my own just as myself?
But in Monster of the Week,
darn.
Unlike other games though, Monster of the Week, when you do harm, they automatically hit you for harm. So if you do, say you have a mixed success, right? You roll an 8 and you do, let's say 2 harm. I never roll. I automatically choose based on the narrative. Okay, well, he swipes you for 2 harm. So it's very dangerous especially one-on-one in this game. It's really helpful if more than one of you are around, because I basically automatically hit you if you do harm. You exchange harm when you do kick some ass.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the danger there. So you might have taken it out, and you might have been taken down too. Yeah.
And would taking the cap off have done anything?
Yes, stealing the cap. You're on the right track, stealing that cap. But it was very hard to get to. So I was curious to see how you would have stolen the cap off this creature. Not to give Mitchell/Chandler any ideas, but I think Rikki, you saw him do this. But Panini basically did the use magic, summon a monster effect was what he did. So he summoned a red cap, and if you eagle ear listeners remember, I don't know how much I left in the cut, but Mitchell and I had a discussion about summoning a keyhole or a lockpick size monster, and there was a giggle fit of like, wait a minute, what if I summon a monster and it attacks me? That is exactly what could have happened. That's exactly what happened here. That the dangers of summoning a monster means you have no control over what it does.
And apparently this gnome has talons?
They are 7 feet tall, sharp teeth, and then a blood cap dyed with blood.
Blood cap diva blood?
Yep. No, a blood
we should have a talent show.
I feel like we just played telephone, but there's no telephone. And I somehow misheard.
And one thing I wanted to share, if people aren't already aware of it, typically when you make a spell slinger, it's based off of the Harry Dresden novels where there's the White Council that oversees magic. And Mitchell, when we were creating Chandler, had such an awesome idea that the flip is true, that the White Council for the spell slinger is actually this Grifters Guild who doesn't like magic. It's kind of the reverse of what typically we do. So we pick this mystery or to kind of showcase that for people who are used to the traditional spell slinger kind of narrative structure. So I'm glad we got to kind of peek behind that curtain for Chandler to see how that all works and the risks involved or lack thereof using magic.
By the way, I think, Chris, you just coined the nickname for the fans and listeners of our show. We'll just call them Eagle Ears.
Eagle Ears? I like it. I like it.
But whether they're... Like, I'm an eagle ear.
Well, exactly. I was thinking of lingual ears, like Stephen King.
And And I'm reading The Hobbit, and so now I'm going to think of McGowan as Lord of the Eagle Ears.
For our merch, can we have like they'll look like the Mickey hats, and they'll say have the logo, it's the eagle ears, and instead of mouse ears, it'll be eagle ears.
Absolutely. I'll have to look at what eagle ears look like. But yes,
whatever that is.
I think
they're just nothing. So it would just be like
they're holes.
The Mickey cap without any ears. Yeah, they're
Brown
just holes.
fur.
A headband.
A brown fur hole. Hat.
Ew. Okay.
Brown fur
Yeah,
hole.
we can make that cute.
Feather hole? Is
Yeah.
that better?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is what you mean, Mac, by something I'm taking forward, but I hope that, like, kind of like the beginning of the next episode, I can be making an ambivalent visit to Milo's headstone. Since I saw it so clearly, you know.
Hold that thought, Darius. That is really good. I like that.
I like it.
Ooh. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is Milo?
1 second. I'm gonna roll. Whenever, especially if you're like, how do I run games, Chris? Whenever you don't know, you roll. So I'm gonna roll 1 to 10 scale, right?
Yep. For our listeners, our eagle ears.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Pretty hot. He's an 8. He's an LA 8.
That's pretty good.
We're in Los Angeles, yeah. I have a question for the three of you. I know some of you have listened to the current podcast postings, and I know we talked about it off mic, but for those eagle ears out there, there is, and that's going to be one of the things that our show that I like, is that there's a cold open that the hunters are unaware of. I don't know if any of you have listened to them. There would have been, if you had, or if I had shared that with you, you would have gotten some probably big information up top, which is why I like the idea of you not
that's
hearing
right.
it.
I skipped part of it.
Yeah.
I forgot I did
So if
that.
you want, now that you're done, I'm curious if you want to listen to it. I guess the Eagle Ears will never know. But if you listen to it, there is some context there that would have probably really made this first half super quick. But there is a cold open that the hunters are never aware of, for those out there. So if you're like, why don't they not know? Blah blah blah. Well, because I asked them not to listen to it before the mystery was over. So yeah.
You sure did. I accidentally heard it.
Oh, you did?
But after, like, way later. Like,
Okay,
way later.
Do you
Like,
want to talk about it? I mean, because the mystery's over.
All I remember is it mentioned the cemetery.
Okay.
That's all I remember.
Perfect.
Because it was still a long time since I've listened to that.
That's true.
Also. But I was sharing it with a friend, and I said, "Oh, okay, so we listened to the intro, great." And I was like, "There's a part I have to miss." So, but then it was playing, and it was in. I was like, "It's not this though." I went, "It's that." But we had just recorded where we had mentioned the cemetery and everything, and so I was like, "Oh, I could have been in trouble."
I mean, I would trust that you would have, So like, boy, I wonder if this person is buried at the Hollywood Cemetery, Forever Cemetery.
Guys, we should really go to the cemetery.
I also was preparing, Mac. I was mentally preparing for them to go to the cemetery, and as you probably know, there not all that would have been there would have been what Hal saw in his vision, but that would have been another way to get there. Like Hal used your power to get there, but if they had been like somehow found information, they could have gone there and got all that information that he saw.
Well, that does give me another question, which is like, I think from our rehearsal mysteries, I definitely learned, like, just putting yourself in harm's way or moving toward what is wrong gives us more information. And so that's how it makes sense to me. Like, okay, at this point, things were fakakta enough that my good roll on sensitive gave me that tidbit. But did you have other thoughts or possibilities of ways we could have learned, like, something different about how to do? Like, I'm not asking for the other ways that we could have dealt with the mystery in general, but like, what were other sources of information that maybe we passed,
That's a great question. Well, as a general rule, a lot of GMs treat it this way. They'll present the problem and let the players figure out how to find it. This game is a little different, so I wanted to have a few ways potentially, like I think ahead of like how you might be able to get that information. There might have been a way to like the way you did it was great. Clearly this was a story. I guess, you could have dug into Milo's life and figured out maybe, through public records, right? Some sort of obituary or some notice of where a ceremony might have been held. That's that sort of information. But I think finding the name Milo was the trickiest part. And I love that it came down to using a move that you used to get to that point.
Yeah, it was cool.
You don't have to raise your hand, but yes, Megan.
As our GM, was there a moment of our gameplay that you as Chris were internally going, no, don't do that. No, why would you do that?
There wasn't a moment like that, but I loved that, to Darius's point, when you hopped up and said no to the triplets, that was an opportunity for me. I'm like, the ghost can now possess Rikki, because there wasn't a lot of interaction up until that point. So that was a moment of you going to danger, getting its attention, and now we get to see this of what's going on. Milo gave you all the warning. Hey, I don't, he apologized to Chandler, or tried to, because he was Captain Handy, right? He stole your magic trick. And I think I could reveal this now. Milo was around. He would have been like a freshman when you were a senior, right, Chandler? So he knew Abby, he knew you, so that's why he knew all your stuff. So you probably like saw him and didn't even recognize him. But that allowed me as keeper, Megan, to give that bit of information, which otherwise there'd be no way for him to say that. But since you made yourself vulnerable, that allowed Milo to possess you and say those things. And shout out to Megan and eventually Darius for re-voicing as Milo when he is possessed your bodies.
And no problem.
Exciting.
Yeah. But by the way, Darius, hopefully you could do those lines.
Let's do it.
At the time of this recording, I have not asked Darius to do that yet. But it sounded very different from Rikki. So hopefully listeners enjoyed your change in voice for Milo.
Cool. I did have someone ask or said, I didn't know you could do that. And then when I listened to it, I was like, that's me, though. That's just me. That's just me. It was fun. It was fun to do. And I gave you so many options.
You did.
I didn't know what to do.
And I think I've shared this already in one of my introductions, but Mac writes all the commercials, and like he's given me like a document, and so based on the episode theme, I try to pick a commercial that feels right. So credit to Mac for making those. It allows me so much creative freedom to riff off it and make something that's fun, and hopefully Mac.
Thanks, Chris. Anytime you all, during our recordings, anytime you stumble into a silly phrase, or not anytime, because you stumble into silly phrases every 2 seconds, but very frequently when there's a silly phrase or a product that you introduce into the world, I will jot it down. And then for almost all of them, I just wrote commercials that I think we won't need a lot of them, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it gives me a lot of options. Like the most recent one I edited was the Monster Milk one. I told you this off mic. I didn't know what commercial to pick, and then that was when they were dealing with the red cap almost the whole episode. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Monster Milk, right? The monster, like you were fighting it. The two of you were fighting it. It fit perfect. So.
Producer Mac, question
for Mac.
Did you ever have a moment where you were like, oh, geez, or an eye roll moment, or a I'm totally lost here moment, or a moment that made you feel something?
Aside from laughter, most of my moments, I think, would be described as being a little bit lost and being very grateful that Chris is running the show. As I'm listening and taking notes for characters' backstories and flagging potential commercials and keeping time and updating their spreadsheet, and I just feel like I'm a courtroom stenographer, just always busy. So it's kind of a can't see the forest for the trees feeling for me, where moment to moment I know viscerally what's happening in the moment, but I lose track very easily of where we are big picture. So that's been the most fun part for me as these episodes come out, is listening to them and piecing the story together. Or as you all might remember, I was a contributor to writing these mysteries with Chris.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd even forget sometimes where it's going because I'm not doing the prep that Chris is doing for each of our recording sessions. I did my part months ago, and he's got to bring a game plan into each session. So that was also fun. I will say there was a moment, and I'm going to be very, very vague about this moment because I don't want to give anything away. But after one of our recording sessions, Chris, we hung back and just talked, the two of us. And Chris said, "Did you notice what I did there with that such and such a thing?" And I had not clocked it. It was so smooth that and partly as I'd forgotten what we called this element. Mm-hmm. So when I heard this element referenced, it just didn't click. But also, I did not expect this element to be introduced as subtly and as early as it was. So Dang. It was like a magic trick that I was very tickled by. So it was great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was probably just a minor detail. The preview don't have to worry about that. It was anything.
I look forward to the day when we can find out what it was.
Revisit it. Mm-hmm.
Can I speak more vague to Yes and Mac there? My hope is that when that element is further fleshed out, you have a moment. Now, I don't know. But if it doesn't happen, I won't cry too much. But that is the hope, that it kind of like links in your subconscious.
Yeah. We're hoping for like a Chaz Palminteri dropping the coffee mug.
Kobayashi Ceramics?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds expensive.
It is. Chaz Palminteri is way too expensive for our show. I have to do a GoFundMe to get him on here.
If I could speak more vague, potato salad.
And actually, Mac, there is a few of those. I know the one you're referring to, but there's a few moments that I've told you this, Mac, and I don't want to be too vague to frustrate the three of you. I like planting seeds. So there's been this first mystery allowed me to do some gardening. And you did a lot of that too. You created some things that Mac and I get to play with down the road as well, which is very exciting. Yeah. Even just interacting, like we created the council members. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how you're going to interact with them. You could have pissed off all 5 of them. But there might be existing relationships. And as I told you a long time ago, people you save are potential assets in the future. If you need, if Chandler, you need to help with a big magic, I know we joke about it. Razor is Razor owes you his, career, and he might be someone you could tap as a ally if you need someone like that. And that's something going forward as you save people and make people's lives better. Mm-hmm. They'll help you in turn. So yeah. I know the listeners will want to ask us. I know a lot of people ship Chandler. Who do you all ship Chandler with? Is it Abby? Is it one of the triplets? We might see Abby again. I don't know. That's really up to Chandler, I guess. Like who are we shipping? Is there any ships?
What are you saying?
Sorry, the
ships
kids
crossing in the night.
Yeah, ships crossing in the night. Relationships when you pair 2 people together. So
good Lord,
Chandler,
am I that old?
I feel young again. But I
thought it was like if these characters go together, because if you ordered one, they would. Which one would it be shipped with?
Now that I understand.
I thought we were talking about getting Chandler off the show, like shipping him out of season 2.
I will say that was one of. There's a lot of fun moments. The Abby Chandler first meeting, awkward flirting. I don't even know if that's flirting, but that was really fun, Mitchell. To play nervous.
It wasn't.
Nervous crush energy with you, because then I was like, oh, Abby, maybe shit. I don't know. I have to, I don't want to reveal all those cards, pun intended, but I was like, oh, maybe there's a spark here between 2 of these characters, which was surprised me.
I mean, that's where my money is.
That would be great because Mitchell's not getting anywhere with anyone, so I can at least root for Chandler.
Yeah, how
Excellent.
explicit are you willing to get on these, Chris?
Hey, it's labeled 18 plus, so whatever we got to do, whatever we got to do to get listeners.
Yeah, I would order one Abby, one Chandler, and have them arrive at the same time. I would do an eco same package situation, get a couple bucks to rent or buy something. Yeah.
I mean, the real relationship we want to see Chandler in is one from a rehearsal episode where Nate played that eccentric professor.
Yes, we had a guest join, and there was magic, pun intended, with Nate and Mitchell's character. About a few more questions for the three of you. Was there ever points that you were frustrated, or you didn't know where to take the mystery, or you're like, I don't even know what to do now?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay.
And I'll add on to that. That's why I was so glad so many times, Chris, that I'm not a hunter in this, because I was thinking I don't know what I would do here either, and I'd have to come up with an idea, and then to hear these three hunters have ideas always impressed me. Because so many times, what I would want to say is to you, the keeper, is I want to solve the mystery. How do I do that? Like,
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
I will say briefly, because I don't know if you want to use this, if this is the kind of BTS we're looking for, but because this is the stuff that I have discussed off mic. But yeah, it's this is an improvised podcast in many ways, but yet some of the improv that we're doing is sort of the antithesis of the kind of improv we do on stage during a regular show. So I have to, I'm still figuring out how to navigate that and, apply that kind of improv to this kind of improv. We're meant to be in the moment and not be thinking too ahead or of the larger story most of the time. And here I find myself doing that a lot. And then that puts me in my head. And that's why my answer to your question was most of the time I'm a little stuck. That on top of trying to remember what happened previously and trying to make sense of my haphazard notes.
Well, Darius, I think, nailed it on the head. Going towards danger is, if you ever know what to do, like walking up to the ghost and saying, "Hey, what are you doing here?" That's always, this game was modeled after the show Supernatural, which is and I like that show, but it's very, right, there's a structure to it. Mystery is there. They go to the place and they confront the thing. They usually fail the first time, and then they figure out how to defeat it, and they defeat it. That is kind of the rhythm of all these mysteries. So if you ever feel stuck, running towards danger will probably get you information. But I understand what you're saying about the improv part of it and how that can kind of trip you up a little bit. But it's great. It's all great.
It's a good note, though.
Yeah, when I go back and re-listen, and I get to have a question or two to ask, because I've actually rolled a success, which was very rare. I don't know if producer Mac is keeping an Excel sheet of our rolls.
Okay. I've got all your stats compiled. What do you want to know?
Perfect. I want to know what percentage of my rolls were passes, were successes.
I think 21.2% is what I had.
Checks out. So
Which
because
is slightly
they
below expectation, right? Because it's
Yeah,
the third the upper third that is counted as a success.
Yeah, I'd say it's well below expectation. Yeah.
That's how I like to live.
Poor performance. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Because if I have success, it is greatly appreciated and unexpected. Great. So when I would roll success and I would get to ask a question or two, I wouldn't know what to ask because I would be so caught off guard for rolling a success. And then I would find as I'm listening to past episodes. I'm like, what are you doing? You're wasting time. Get to the question. What do you mean you don't know what to ask? You got them printed out on the paper. Just read one of those questions. And then in the moment, I'm overthinking it, and I'm trying to get you to give me answers to stuff I can't ask yet, which is so goofy, but totally me. Anyway, so moving forward, I would like to smooth that out, but those were moments where I was like, what are you doing? Yeah.
I think I'm responding to the same question. I don't remember the moment that I had this thought, but I have some memory of realizing like, oh, I'm trying to find out so much about like who this person is or why they want revenge. But theoretically, we could deal with all of this without knowing those two things. All we have to know is like how to stop their revenge, either stop their desire for it or stop their ability to do it, you know? So I think that was a great, you know, realization that certainly came with some amount of like, Jesus Christ, I've been wasting so much time. You know, like I'm not even asking the right questions. It's sort of like in the vein, Megan, I think.
Yeah, even though we never did waste any time. And
I can't think of a single moment.
Yeah, everything was so purposeful.
There was a lot of talk of the menu and what you're going to have.
A lot.
The chicken or the, yeah. But I'll also say that I've said this to y'all before. There is, on my side, we create the monster clock. So there's 6 phases, and as I've said, if you do nothing, they go through that clock and then they leave. But you, in theory, as hunters, could stop them at 1 or 2. That's really where you insert yourselves into their story. So to your point, Darius, yeah, you definitely don't even really need to know. You could have solved this without knowing who Milo was or any of that. If you had managed to banish the ghost somehow in another way, yeah. We
just started inducting everyone randomly into the.
You could have done that too. Yeah. We have a question from the audience, Megan. Yeah.
What's the fastest we could have technically beaten this campaign?
Technically, that's a great question. Let me look at my little sheet.
If those supernatural guys can do it in an hour, I feel like we could have. I mean, there's 3 of us. There's only 2 of them.
So, I'll for the keepers out there who might be listening. So you might have already guessed my countdown. Basically, the first 5 were ruin each magician. So ruining magician 1 was their first task, so ruin Razor by possessing him and doing the magic, right? Next was Captain Handy possesses Captain Handy. That was a wonderful, brilliant synchronicity. I think I told you this, Mac. When Chandler said, I want to go see a table trick, I was like, oh, perfect. That's when Captain Handy's going to do this. It was wonderful. At any point, you could have stopped it. You could have stopped it after he possessed Razor Tully. The first thing, if you had, seeked out, what was going on. So
okay, I'm taking note. Campaign 2.
Yeah, the last one was once Poltergeist realizes vengeance will have to wait for a board meeting, decide to just destroy Magic Palace, and anyone left inside. So thankfully you avoided that. Well, it was trying to do that, and you stopped it.
Yeah.
As long as we're talking about the board members, I will say Chris and I talked about the types of characters that would be on a board of magicians, and we had some archetypes. And I want to give you all a little peek behind the curtains as to why they were named what they were named. So we were brainstorming. One of the magicians would be a Rikki J type. And so I took the name Ricky Martin and Jay Leno from Rikki J, and that's why Martin Leno was the name of that magician. And then we're thinking a Penn and Teller type a magician. So I took Penn Gillette, and Gillette made me think of razors. And I turned just Teller into Tully. And so Razor Tully came about that way. We thought about a David Copperfield type magician. So I took Nicholas Nicklesby, the David Copperfield book, and that's where Nick Nichols came from. And then we were thinking of an illusionist like a Chris Angel or a David Blaine type, and that's where the name Chris Blaine came from. I don't know where
This is
Captain
excellent
Handy
content.
came from.
This is the best
Chris,
of
you
the-
can't. You came up with Captain
Did I call him
Handy.
Captain Handy?
I don't have any recollection of why he's called Captain Handy.
I
I thought that was you.
It might have been me. And I, Mac, you could disagree, but I like how you and I work together because you made all these names, and then I just thought Nick Nichols is the triplets for that reveal of the mission.
Yeah.
So I think you may have had right the right idea, and I was like, oh, they got to be the triplets. And for the eagle ears out there, Martin Leno is the real name of the Great Panini. For those who remember, it was mentioned once.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't remember where Captain Handy came from either. But yeah, he's one of them. I mean, in theory, to your question, Megan, you might have been able to. The spray painter obviously was possessed by Milo. You could have, in theory, solved it then. Hal chased down that lead, and he said, "Wait a minute, that's someone got. So there's a ghost possessing people. Revenge tonight. Let's nip this in the bud, or butt, either or." Also, I want to give a shout out to Mac as well. I said we might need random magician names, and I know I read them already, but all of them delighted me so much.
That was a fun. That was a fun moment when we were like, okay, we're in now. Let's talk to somebody, and you're like, okay, who do you choose?
And who knows? We might see Elias the Elusive again. I didn't think Chandler would pick to run into Elias, but Elias was really fun to create. I'd expect him to be kind of weaselly a little bit, but not too mean. I don't know. So we'll see if Elias shows up again. Eating sandwiches.
Elusively.
Chris Lore, Henry Illusion Tippy Under was a character I made for a role-play wrestling thing I did many years ago. You would literally write like smack talk as like a monologue, and people would make a match with your characters. This character was a magician, so I threw Henry Illusion Tippy Under. For those of the OCW and ICWF fans out there, that's a cut for some very eagle ear listeners. There's one other thing I wanted to mention. What was it?
How the piano works?
That's a secret that the real place doesn't even reveal.
This place's magic is out.
Oh, no, I don't want to reveal that.
All of that.
Yeah, I don't want to reveal that. I did have some lore listed that I grabbed from Wikipedia, spoilers, and I put in the notes. Note to Chris, do not read this verbatim, but if you had like dug into Poltergeist lore, you might have found your way into there like, oh, maybe this is a thing that we can exercise. So I had that ready to go in case you had gone down that route.
Oh yeah, I never got any response back from Lasers and Feelings.
You did not get any response back. But, I mean, it's all been in a night. So.
We were too fast.
Or
I'm
too
also
slow.
holding a grudge against Lasers and Feelings now, even if they get back to me first thing tomorrow morning.
That's also a reference to one of my favorite one-page RPGs called Lasers and Feelings. There's a one-page TTRPG where you're on a spaceship, and then there's a problem. Anyway, that's a little reference for the eagle ears out there. So everyone, have your character sheets up. We're going to do, and if you don't have access to it, just note this. We're going to do end of session experience.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Broader question is, our experience points and all this stuff, this carries over, right? I mean, we're still in the same game, even though it's a different mystery, the next mystery. Because I forget, sometimes it took me a while to remember to mark experience when I failed. And I had my last roll in that last mystery, I failed, and I didn't mark experience. And so I went to do it after the fact, once I got roll 20 rolling. And my experience is maxed out, so I don't know what happens next.
Well, we'll do that at our next session, but no, I'm going to make a note that you are at your max, and we'll go through this questions, and we'll go through that next session. But you will level up, Chandler. So Chandler gets a level up. So let me run through these questions, and then we'll be wrapped for tonight. So, Hunters, end of our mystery. I'm going to read you 4 questions, and just tell me yes or no. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
I would agree. So that's one yes.
I'm nodding yes.
Yes. Question number 2. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah.
Who did you save?
Me.
Yeah.
It's not a hunter.
Certainly.
Someone who's not a hunter.
Technically we saved all the patrons. We got them outside through the back door.
I would agree. You saved everyone who would have been caught in that fire.
And who knows who else?
Sure.
I think that entire hillside of, off of, up Franklin would be in grave danger.
Yeah. Question number 3. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah.
That
What did
Magic
we learn?
Palace is magic as hell.
Yeah, and there's a
Magic
lot of,
Palace is magic
lot of
as hell.
Spooky weirdos out there.
What? Anything else? Magic Palace is magic as hell.
Panini, good guy, bad guy. We don't know.
I like that. Panini, maybe not a bad guy. Chandler, I know. We know how Chandler feels about him. But Rikki, maybe not as sold. Okay. Anything else?
Someone either is, was, or will be trying to reach me.
Is this referring to lasers and feelings?
No, this is referring to my possession time.
Right.
And the Magic Palace is going to be closed for refurbishment for a little bit while they put in new carpets, new woodwork,
Sure.
new paint.
I love that. Great.
Also, battery health declines quickly. Like a new car, the moment you drive it off the lot, that
Right.
battery just, as soon as you start using that phone, you're never going to get it back to 100.
Yeah, mine's already
It doesn't happen.
down to 90%.
And finally, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? And that is not necessarily in character. So you as players can say, "Oh, now I know this about Hal." So did you learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
We're talking about something new and important, this mystery, since our rehearsal episodes, our rehearsal non-episodes? Is that what we're differentiating, or just in general?
I
Are
would
we
keep
including
it.
that?
I would keep it to.
I don't have an answer either way.
I would say based on this mystery, like the podcast listeners, so that they would be aware of that. You three now go, "Oh, I know that about this character now that you maybe didn't know before."
Do we, as characters, have to be... Because I've heard this in real life, but is this true for the characters that we have to be vulnerable people to get possessed? Or a type of... You know how they say in order to get, like, hypnotized, you have
Right.
to be a type of person who is...
Suggestible.
Yeah. Or, so, like...
Sure.
Hal and I are more suggestible in this world compared to Chandler. Like there's something about us that is more vulnerable to these spirits than someone who actually can do magic.
Anything else?
Well, I feel like that was a question. I mean,
Is that
We
a
just
thing?
have-
Well,
that
I mean,
question
the question. It's a question for three of you. Is that something that you're saying is true? I cannot answer that question.
uh-oh.
Oh,
It hadn't occurred to me. That was your impression, though, Megan?
yeah. Well,
So
yeah.
this is your opportunity to like codify what may be true about the world, or in this case, this question, the hunters. So if you all like that for some reason Hal and Rikki are more vulnerable to something like that, then that will be true. No pressure.
Do you want to? Hey, do you want to be more susceptible? I was like,
It kind of feels like a privilege, but then I guess we just don't know if Mitchell is also suggestible in this
That's
way.
true.
Right,
You wouldn't
right.
know. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, because the thing is, I kind of feel like
shoot.
maybe if I'm not as susceptible, maybe I have the upper hand, and maybe I could use that to win Rikki back. But at the same time, if Rikki and Hal are both susceptible, maybe that means they're more likely to ship together.
why are you always
I
thinking
don't
about
know.
relationships?
I do not know. I think you mean ships. And the reason is, that's something about the world. You can put that on the list. What do we have if not relationships or ships?
Wow, I'm learning you're very
Nothing.
deep.
Yeah, that I love that. That doesn't necessarily answer the question, but I love it. I would say, I'll throw one
Yeah,
out
what was
there.
the question again?
What's newer or something you've learned about one of the hunters? I would say one would be Hal, even though your characters don't really know this, that Hal somehow has a latent connection to some psychic entity. Like when he was possessed, that's something new that you all didn't know about Hal. Something like that. Is there anything else
I
like
did
that?
wake up asking about my daddy.
That's true? Wow, we don't know what
Did
that
you call
means
your
yet.
father
Right?
daddy? That's what I learned.
So that's something that qualifies.
We learned that there's something there.
There's something there. Exactly. Is there anything else about maybe Rikki or Chandler that fits that bill that maybe you discovered in the moment in improv that is now true?
Oh, there's so much chemistry between Chandler and Abby.
Okay. Chemistry
Mm-hmm.
with Chandler and Abby. Anything else?
Chandler must have had a past life as a pastry chef.
Okay. Great. Chandler was a pastry chef.
And I think I learned that Rikki really wants to learn information from people via flirtation.
Mm-hmm. You really wanted to go out with Panini. That was a big thing for Rikki. Or go to have drinks with him.
I think there's so much power in a face-to-face adult conversation over even a latte.
Are you suggesting there's something juvenile about our conversation?
Am I not looking you in the eyes right now?
So you're implying that the answer is yes to both?
Just because I didn't. You know what? We'll talk later. In person.
Speaking of yes, that's 4 yeses. So next time we'll do this, but what that means is that for every 2 yeses, you get a point of experience. So next time, don't do it now, but next time we're going to add 2 XP to everybody. We're going to level up Chandler at the top of next episode. And anyone else who might have leveled up, we'll talk like character sheet stuff. Then, well done, hunters. We'll see what lies ahead next.